Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be something a little different. If you follow me over on Instagram, you've probably seen that for the last better part of a month I've been working on my wife's van, kind of finishing it, outfitting it for kind of comfortable living. I really wasn't going to make a video on it. I took about an hour of time-lapse footage over the course of about 2.5 weeks. I don't know, maybe more. A lot of the stuff I didn't record. Just whenever I felt like recording, I turned it on. But I've had quite a few people reach out and say they're interested in seeing some of the footage. The nice thing about building a van at this point is people have been building these vans now for a better part of, 10 years? And then all the footage from the van lifers through the pandemic and everything. So the information is out there. You just kind of got to sift and weed through the way you want to do it. Our needs were definitely different than a lot of van lifers because we weren't looking to live out of this thing. This is literally like a camp van and a motorcycle hauler. I tried to make it look as nice as I could, just to be as comfortable as possible for her, because at the end of a long rally day or something of filming, she needed a place to come back to and work, upload, edit, all that stuff. Hopefully that clarifies like the functionality of this van a little more. With that said, let's get into the footage. just a quick walk around of my whole logic. Obviously, we'll have bike here. We are still using the bolted on kit. I think it fits this van pretty good. It's lighter actually than the Condor system I've always used. It's easily compactable, I would say, because the way these pop off on either side. It does run all the way it does run all the way across because this is actually set up for like 2 bikes, so we can actually use it for the camper in the back, which, yes, we still have the camper. That's for when we want to load up together and the cat and go somewhere for extended period. This is strictly just for her work trips to kind of, I guess, save mileage on the bikes and whatnot. But yeah, this track system, it's pretty modular. Like I said, it should fit underneath when she's ready to move it all out. What else? We did use the steel cabinets. I think she touched on this. I basically just hacked off the back and then ran 3/4 inch plywood down the back of the cabinets. Now behind all this is a whole nother 3/4 inch sheet all the way across, screwed into the top. Down, this is a whole beam all the way across in the van, and then I have a whole nother beam all the way across, and then the uprights like you saw in the video. So I mean, this ain't going nowhere. It's pretty solid. She wanted a place and kind of a chair to put the straps, so I kind of went a little above and beyond. You're gonna notice it's not exactly the same size. It's because everything in this van is not really straight or flat. Like, obviously the ceilings are all cornered. That's because I built pretty much like a 72-degree angle into them, so the roof just kind of rolls over, and then this just covers the top part of the trim. So I've got upright slats again, like you saw. What else? The bed was cool. I don't think I actually took a lot of footage of this. So this is an expanding slat bed. Everything was sealed, and then I painted the outside section that actually pulls out. And then she's got a full twin bed. I think it might pull out a little bit more, but you get the point. And then when she needs to travel, this just folds up, so it's back under. Pretty straightforward. This was the best solution I could come up with to give her a decent sized bed and keep it modular. Now, I said I wanted to keep this modular, so in order to do that, I made it so we could easily remove the bed. So down in here, I've actually got straps down to D-rings, front and rear, and that just holds all that down. And then obviously I built it to accommodate her full-size ramp underneath. This gets strapped down back here on these 2 D-rings, and then it actually comes up here and goes right into this rod. So I mean, her tracks are not going anywhere. That was the better solution I could come up with than trying to hang them up on the wall. I know a few people have said to hang them underneath the van. There's like a whole cross member here. There's electrical, there's a lot of other stuff. I know they make retro kits for like water tanks and air conditioning, and those are like compartmentalized additions. I don't think there's enough room for a 9-foot ramp under there, but either way, yeah. Obviously battery bank, and she got a fridge, which is kind of cool. That thing's actually pretty impressive because it only pulls like 40 watts or something, and once it gets up the temperature, it like doesn't even register its drawing power, is how little it uses. Pretty cool. Oh, what else? Obviously I still need to finish the trim. up in here. I want to kind of, maybe I'll just close these off in the corners because she likes to use these metal beams here. She's got some magnets up here on a lot of the screws. And then I kind of did a trick cut around the metal beam here up to here because I don't know how I'll finish this in. I might just do like a rubber 3M pad just to kind of enclose it. Not sure yet, but yeah, I think this is pretty good. It was the best I could come up with, and keep it relatively simple. I think that future improvements, I'll probably end up adding some solar on the roof. I'll figure it out. It's just solar. It's mostly just something that can maybe like run the fridge or run a few things on the battery bank while she's traveling, and keeps everything topped off. So we'll see. I don't know if she'll even need it after this trip. We'll kind of assess it and see. Like I said, a few more trim things. I still need to finish the caps. We still want to figure out something to do with the back doors. Those are just insulated. I've shoved insulation up in every crevice that I could. But I think we're going to probably put some panels on those and make them a little more functional. She likes a lot of storage compartments, so working with her to figure out good compartments that also tie into a lot of the studs and the strong parts. Bit of a challenge. But all right, well, with that said, hopefully you guys liked this kind of detailed install breakdown. If you have any questions, I'll be more than willing to answer anything you got. With that said, take it easy.